Welcome back, guys, to the Crazy Sasquatch preseason rankings, episode 10, guys. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We did the New Orleans Saints yesterday, covered Drew Brees and the Saints. Now we're going to cover Tom Brady's Tom Brady's Buccaneers. It's going to be hard to say, guys. So yeah, Tom Brady went to the Bucs. Gronkowski came out of retirement, went to the Bucs to help him out. It'll be interesting. Couple decent draft picks Tampa Bay picked up. Tom Brady, over in his other division he came out of with the Bills and the Jets and the Dolphins. You know, how many times has the Bills, Jets, and Dolphins been in the playoffs in the last 10 years? Granted, the Bills are coming back this year. I think they got a good team. The other two teams are coming up too, but I mean, the Patriots have dominated. Not the greatest division, you know, all around. Now you come in a division with the New Orleans Saints. I think Carolina's going to have a decent team this year. Falcons are always dangerous. Tom Brady's going to have a little more whip, or a little more coming at him than I think in the past. Can he do it? You got two good wide receivers on this team, and Godwin and Evans. If I would, you know, coming in the draft as I was picking the fantasy leaguer, I'd pick either one of them right now. Being that Tom Brady's there, they both had decent years in the past. You pick Tom Brady with those two wide receivers. Could be pretty good. Now, Tom Brady's got two two tight ends now. He had that in New England for a little while. When he had two quality tight ends, he did well. Here you got O.J. Howard and you got Gronk. You know, Gronk going to show a little bit of retirement age. I don't know. O.J. Howard, I think he's going to be pretty good. So you got two tight ends, two wide receivers. Running back, I think Jones is what Tom Brady kind of likes, a running back that can catch. 700 rushing yards last year, 300 receiving yards. You know, only 1,000 yards overall, but they drafted Keyshawn Vaughn, trying to give him a little bit of a break. So I think they got Tom Brady a decent offense to play around with. It's the Tampa Bay's defense. They ranked 30th in the pass last year, guys. Guess what? Breeze does. Guess what? Matt Ryan's going to do. Bridgewater. You don't have three passing quarterbacks there, guys. If Bucs are 30th, granted they picked up a decent cornerback, or sorry, safety, I believe, and Antoine Winfield, safety. You know, you got one guy that in the draft that's going to make it maybe a pretty good impact right off the bat if he stays injury free. Still, you rank 30th in the pass. Granted, you rank first in the run. And you got Dominic Sue, Pierre-Paul right on that front line. So I think they're going to be able to stop the run. I don't know if they can, stop the pass. Tom Brady, maybe some shootout games. Who are he's going up against? Tom Brady's going to be throwing. The other team's going to be coming at him. Is going to be throwing. So I think Tampa Bay's lack of depth in the safety cornerback area may be the game changer for the season for this team. They're going to have to address that. If not, Tom Brady's going to be throwing an awful lot and being rushed an awful lot. So, saying that, Brett, you got anything to add? No. They lost Winston, so Tom Brady's backup quarterback, Blaine Gabbert. You know, he's been around, veteran. So we'll see if Tom Brady can stay on his feet, and with all the pass rushes and the defenses he's going to face in the NFC and not the AFC. I think he got some tough teams here he's going to be facing. So with that, we'll get our predictions going, guys, and see how Tom Brady's going to fare. You're going to see the board's got some filled out spots in the back. We've already done, you know, NFC North, NFC East, so and New Orleans. So we got those already pre-filled out. You know, watch previous episodes. Why we think them games are going to end up the way they are. But let's get going with Tampa Bay now, guys. So, game one, going into New Orleans. You watched our episode last night. It explains why we think Tom Brady's going to lose this one. I think coming into a new system, new coach, new scheme, new players. I don't think they're quite going to be ready right yet. New Orleans, veteran team. Week two. Here comes Carolina in. Their running backs are very dangerous. I mean, probably number one, number two running back in the league. Tampa Bay can stop the run. Can they stop Teddy Bridgewater? Is he going to be in tune with his wide receivers at this time yet? Could be a good game. Could be a high-scoring shoot-'em-out game. Bridgewater's going to be firing. McCaffrey's going to be doing some short routes, throwing deep. Carolina lost Kuechly. So I think you got a couple little lesser defenses here. Going against a couple of decent, pretty powerful offenses. I give Tampa Bay a little more of a powerful offense in this one. It's going to be a close game. I am giving Tampa the win on this one.
Carolina going to Bucks. Carolina it's a very good passing with Teddy Bridgewater and running with McCaffrey. The Bucks number one defensive line on blocking the run. It's gonna push back McCaffrey's yards a little bit. Carolina did lose their number one defender this year. Bucks with Tom Brady, Mike Evans, and Gronkowski. It's definitely going to give Carolina's defense trouble, especially if they're starting one or two rookies, which I'm not sure about that. Carolina, Teddy Bridgewater is definitely going to score a lot of points on the Bucks, but the Bucks are going to score a lot of points on Carolina, and I think Bucks have a slight edge in this one.
So, going to Denver. Denver's going to have a tough defense. Nick Fangio's there. They get some of the injured players back. Denver could have a very tough defense this year. Drew Lock, we have first full year as a starter. They got some decent weapons on offense, wide receiver, running back. They got two good running backs. Going to Denver, I think Tom Brady might be able. They're going to stay in this game. It's going to be a close one, guys. I think Tampa Bay's front line, if they can get pressure on Drew Lock all game, but can the back safeties, cornerback to that deep zone, 30th in the pass, slow them down? I think Tom Brady's going to have to be firing. I think he can pull this one off with the weapons he has around him. Two good tight ends, two good wide receivers, running backs. This is going to be a very close game. I think Denver's defense is going to slow him down tremendously in this one. But Tom Brady, the veteran he is, I think he's going to find a way to pull this one out. But it could go either way. It's going to be a close one.
At Denver, like the Raiders, I predict, are going to be about an average to above average team this year. The Bucks, another above average team. If they had maybe top 15, top 10 defense, I'd call them an elite team. But right now, they're just above average. I think they can go to Denver and beat them, even if like their defense is bad this game. I still think Denver doesn't. They lost their number one receiver last year, and the Bucks defensive line, they'll cancel out the Denver running game. Bucks offense, even though Denver's defense is I think going to be very good this year, I think the Bucks offense is going to score a lot of points. It's going to be very close, like the Saints game I predicted last video. It's going to be a very close game, like closer than anyone expects. It's going to be like 3 points.
All right, then Tampa Bay has to go to the Chargers. Chargers, we lost Phillip Rivers. Still got two top wide receivers. You know, starting quarterback now has been around in the league a little bit. I'll get more in depth of the quarterbacks when we do the Chargers, but you know, quarterbacks have been around. You got a young Hebert, whatever coming on. They get drafted. He's going to be a little while, I think, before he starts. Sorry for mispronouncing the name, guys. So, I just think the Tampa Bay Bucks right now, with going into the 4 weeks into the season, that offense is going to start gelling a little bit, even though the defense is going to be kind of slacking. I can give them another win in the season here.
Bucks going against the Chargers. Chargers probably going to have a rookie quarterback going in this game. He's probably going to get at least 2 touchdowns this game with the Bucks' bad backfield. But they do have, like last year, the #1 running defense. Bucks offense, Chargers defense. You might have to give the edge to the Bucks offense. Bucks defense versus Chargers offense. It all matters against how good the quarterback is. And it's going to be another very close game. But I still think the Bucks can pull this off by a touchdown or a field goal. It all depends. If the Chargers quarterback is going to be good this year, if like 70% of Phillip Rivers, then it's going to be good. If it's not a good quarterback, they're going to lose. If it is a good rookie quarterback, they're going to win.
All right, going to Raiders in a new stadium here, guys, against Carr. I like Josh Jacobs, but Josh Jacobs may get slowed down a little bit of this one because of that front line in Tampa Bay. I don't know if Oakland's got enough wide receivers to play Tom Brady's game and just shoot him out here, guys. I think I'm going to get after Carr a little bit. I just can't see the Raiders pulling this one out. I think they're going to have too many weapons on Brady's side. It's going to be a high-scoring event. I think Brady's going to do some time management in this one, like he's always done before. Manage what he has around him and pull this one off.
At Raiders, every year, Derek Carr, the Raiders quarterback, is either very good or below average. I predict this year he's going to manage the team at about an average quarterback. The running back, compared to last year, I think he's going to do a giant improvement. At Raiders, like I said with Denver, those two teams are probably above average to average. Yeah, average to above average. Most NFL fans overlook them for what they did last year. They're probably going to be second or third in each division, I predict. But I don't know for sure because I haven't looked at other people's schedules. But they're going to be about an average to above average team this year. Bucks, Raiders' #1 weapon they have is their running back. Bucks' #1 strength on defense is their running game. And for that, I have to give the Bucks the win. Even though the Raiders' second year running back is going to be very good, Bucks offense has also improved a lot with Gronkowski and Tom Brady, and that's just going to make them win the game over the Raiders.
All right, halfway through the season, we got 2 losses. If you watch our episode from yesterday, 2 losses gave you 2 games behind the Saints at this time. Here come the Saints in. It's going to be a must-win game. Must-win game for Tom Brady. Usually he can pull these off. But the big but on this one is New Orleans has one of the top offensive lines in the league. They're going to stop the defense, the front defense of the Bucks coming in. So you have number one offensive lines, a very good pass rush. Front line of the Bucks cancel each other out. That leaves Breeze beating them over the top. Where's the Bucks' weakness at? Their secondary. Where New Orleans, some of their strength is at. Latimer, some of these guys in the backfield of, they're getting some passes off. It's going to be a high-scoring game. I think New Orleans is going to slow them down. I think it's going to happen. Then you go into Panthers. You got New Orleans 3 games ahead of you now. Panthers, you face them once back here. By now, if Bridgewater's healthy, he's going to know his guys. You're at Panthers this time. McCaffrey's going to want some payback along with that team. I still just don't think the Panthers quite going to have what it takes, deep pass-wise, to keep on real close to the Bucks. I think the Bucks are just going to have that one edge and just lead this game just by a little bit throughout and pull it off. Be a tough one. Be a close one. I think it's going to be a close one. Both teams coming together, but I do give Bucks a close victory on this one.
At Panthers, like I said, at Bucks, Panthers going to Bucks. At Panthers is going to be another story. The Bucks are going to struggle against Teddy Bridgewater and McCaffrey with their running back. Over here I said last minute field goal. They're probably going to win by a field goal or a touchdown. Over here, Panthers are probably going to win by over 10 plus this game at Panthers. Bucks, their defense, their outfield on their deep
safeties, cornerbacks.
Their defensive backs aren't good. Teddy Bridgewater, he could be one from last year. He was probably one of the better starters than a backup. And this year, I think it's going to be the same. And I think I have the Bucks losing to the Panthers at Panthers.
All right, here comes the Rams, guys. Rams gonna be a tough team. Yeah, you lost Gurley. Still got a pretty powerful defense there. Aaron Donald coming in off the corner. I just don't know if Tom Brady's going to have enough depth to stop Goff and all the wide receivers that the Rams have in their deep zone. I think Goff can get some of his passes off. He can get protected by the offensive line of not being rushed. Goff starts getting rushed, he gets a little sporadic. They can protect Goff, get the running backs going, start catching the wide receivers, have the Rams defense come in on Brady with Aaron Donald causing some pressure where the Rams secondary can withstand Goodwin and Mike Evans. It could be another close one. Yeah, it's at Tampa Bay, guys. But I think the Rams are going to be a playoff caliber team. Tampa Bay's going to be right there too, but not quite. The secondary to stop the Rams' passing offense. Giving the wins to the Rams on this one, guys.
Rams going to Bucks. Rams, very good wide receivers, very good quarterback. They did lose their running back, but in my opinion, even if they had Gurley, he wouldn't do that much against Tampa Bay's defensive line with their #1 run game. It's going to be a very close game. I have the Rams actually having a slight win over the Bucks. The Bucks offense is probably going to be another, keep on saying this, but one of the best in the league. And the Rams defense, they will struggle against the Bucks offense, but the Bucks defense will struggle against the Rams offense. And the Rams offense is probably going to score, I predict, over 24 points this game against the Bucks, and I have the Bucks losing 3 games in a row.
All right, here come Super Bowl champions. Playoff caliber team. Could be a Super Bowl caliber team again this year. Actually drafted a pretty good running back. They really didn't lose a whole lot. Kansas City just got too many weapons. I mean, Mahomes can throw all over the place, make miracle type throws. I don't think the Bucs backfield is going to be able to stop his throws. Yeah, you might get that front push on the front line, but with him being able to run, escape that, he can outrun some of those guys. You know, Pierre-Paul, Sue, they're getting up there in age. They ain't going to be able to run as fast as Mahomes. The running backs they got, speed and power. The wide receivers they got, one of the top tight ends in the league. Sorry, Bucs fans. Can't see it happening.
Kansas City Chiefs going to Bucks. The only thing I need to say about this matchup is a very good offense, probably the top 3 or top 2 offense in the league, versus probably the bottom 1 or 2 defense in the league, and the Bucks. Bottom 1 or 2 defensive backs in the league. Their outfield is probably going to be one of the worst again this year, even though they picked up 1 or 2 players on defense. Kansas City's offense is probably going to be in the top 3 offenses, and I don't see the Bucks winning this one. I see Kansas City's offense too powerful for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense to handle.
Okay, Minnesota, you can go back and watch a previous episode when we did Minnesota. I think it was episode 3 or 4. I think episode 4. Go see our reasoning on that one. Okay, Bucks fans. According to our schedule, you're a few games behind New Orleans. New Orleans at this point, I don't think you can catch them. I think New Orleans won the division. You may be fighting to be a wild card spot, even second in your division with Atlanta. You've not faced Atlanta yet. They may be right there record-wise, really similar. They're going to have a tough team. This is going to be a must-win for either one of these teams. Atlanta here, then you got Detroit, and you got Atlanta again. This is going to dictate your season right here of playoffs, wild card, even making the playoffs, where you're, not just seed, but where you're even going to be at. Atlanta, weapon-wise, Ridley, Julio Jones, two of the top wide receivers in the league going against, where's your weak point at? Your secondary. Gurley, though, he's not lasted a full season the last couple of years. His knee's going to be, is he going to be lasting? I mean, can they kind of rear back and not worry about the running game a whole lot if Gurley's banged up? Matt Ryan's not very mobile. Can you be blitzing? Can you just take off and blitz him, and hopefully you can get to Matt Ryan before he gets the ball pass, and your secondary is going to have to defend these two wide receivers. I think at Atlanta, may get this one, guys. I just think they got the secondary, well, not the secondary, but the wide receivers to bypass your secondary, even though you could be blitzing and everything else here. Brady's going to do everything he can to win this game with your wide receivers. Atlanta's not got the greatest defense. They got a decent defense. But at Atlanta's fighting for a playoff berth too, guys.
At Atlanta, comparing the quarterbacks, Tom Brady to Matt Ryan, I give a slight edge to Tom Brady. The wide receivers, Julio Jones, Mike Evans. Julio Jones has the speed, Mike Evans has the height. Tight ends, Gronkowski, I think, is the better of both tight ends. The running backs, Atlanta's running back, Todd Gurley's slightly better. It's going to be a very close game with probably one of the worst defenses on both teams. It's going to be a very close game. Could go either way in a field goal range. I have Atlanta winning this one compared to the Bucks.
Detroit, you can go watch episode 3. Why we got this one? I mean, Tampa Bay's just going to be a little better of a team right now. Week 17. By now, New Orleans, I think you see New Orleans win the division. You're fighting for the playoffs. You win, you're 10-6 on my schedule. You lose, you're 9-7. Yeah, maybe there's some going to be tough teams over in this division, guys, in this area. I think this is a must-win for Tampa to make the playoffs. Atlanta, you might be right there borderline on it. Like at Tampa Bay, I think Tom Brady, being the veteran he is, he's going to find a way to pull this one off and get his team at 10-6, get them in the playoffs to give them a chance. So a little payback here, guys. I got them finishing at 10-6 in the season.
And with my setup here, Atlanta, since it's at Bucks, it's going to be another very close game. And the only difference is the stadium. With the stadiums, all that matters is that whoever's at home is probably better. And over here I give the slight edge to Atlanta, but over here I give the slight edge to the Bucks. And they're pretty even teams on both sides of the ball. And I just see them winning at each of their homes.
So I give Tampa Bay a 10-6 record on the season. Brett a 9-7. It'll be pretty close. Like, they got some tough teams in here that I just don't know that secondary. Tampa Bay's going to be the one weakness they got. They're going to have to do something about that secondary. Yeah, you got a good rookie there, but how soon is he going to come along? Is he going to have help against some of these teams that got two good wide receivers? So 10-6. You know, Tampa Bay don't want to burst the bubble of being a Super Bowl caliber team just because you got Tom Brady. I think the team has some other things you got to work out yet before you're up there. So 10-6, 9-7. So in this division we got left, we got Atlanta, or Panthers. So Atlanta or the Panthers we'll do tomorrow. And then 2 days we'll give you what the final rankings of all 4 teams in this division are, and winner, second, third, fourth, and who we think is going to be in the playoffs. So maybe touch on a few fantasy league players that's going to have good years this year for these teams. So otherwise, from the Crazy Sasquatch, see you guys tomorrow.